Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Now, I'm going to share with you what we did towards the end of the last group of sessions that we had. Okay, it was basically about Irab. Okay, it's basically about Irab and what is Irab all about. Now, anyone here is completely clueless about Irab? All of you have done a bit? Yes, I'm sure, inshallah. Just let me know in the chat if this is your first time. You cannot hear Sister Shiraz.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm not able to hear. Is it with me or it's with everyone?
Um, anyone else who is not able to hear? Just Sister Shiraz?
I can hear.
You can hear. Okay. Sister Quratul Ain can hear Sister Shiraz. Could you go out and come back in again and see whether that helps? Okay, good. Alhamdulillah, sister. Okay. Yes, try going out, Sister Shiraz, and coming back in and see whether you can hear, inshallah. I'm just going to do a quick Irab revision, yeah, inshallah. So, why do we do Irab? Yes. Here it says itself is to explain oneself. This is what it means. Yeah, to make something clear and plain. So if you look at this sentence, for example, Darabat Aisha Fatima. If we don't know what's going on, we don't know whether Aisha is hitting Fatima or Fatima is hitting Aisha. Yeah, so if we want to tell the story, we would have to actually say the endings. We cannot say just Darabat Aisha Fatima. Then we wouldn't know. So we would have to say something like Darabat Aisha tu Fatima. Then we would know Aisha is doing the hitting and Fatima is being hit. I'm sorry about the choice of fi'il, yes, but this seems to be the standard action that's usually given in your grammar books. Yeah, it could be Aisha talked to Fatima, instead of hitting Fatima. Yeah, but in this case, the choice was Darabat. Yeah, so it is important to say or speak the relevant endings so that the one who listens understands what you're saying. Yeah. So the harakat at the end of the word is important. It's what makes the grammatical function clear. So we know what i'rab is. Okay. So we know that words like khabar and mubtada, yes, this one is your subject and predicate in English, are rafa at the end. Yes, so you need to say whether a word is marfu, mansub, majrur, or majzum. And then we have to express, when we talk about i'rab, we have to express what is the state. Now, why do we say it's marfu, mansub, majrur, or majzum? Yeah. So the endings, we look at it. Is there dhamma? Is there fatha? Is there kasra? Is there sukun? Yes, this is how we look at whether a word is rafa, nasab, jazm, or jar. Yeah. Now, having said this, if we go back, before we say whether it is the various status that we said just now, yes, the first step is actually to recognize whether it is an ismun, a fi'lun, or a harfun. Yeah, we know that ismun is noun, fi'lun is verb, and harfun is particle. These are the English terms. But having said that, fi'lun is not just the normal English verb. You know that, right? Because you can tell the doer with a fi'lun. With a verb, you can't tell the doer. Yeah, in English, you can't tell the doer from the verb alone. But with fi'lun, it in itself is a complete sentence. Yes, so if we had something like darabat, nasarat, for example, Aisha helped Fatima, for example, yeah, we know that it is a female doer. It's just that in this case, we have an what we call an outside doer. Yeah, Aishatun is an outside doer. Yeah, and then we have certain conditions where we allow an outside doer to become one. Yeah. So otherwise, it's internal. It's inside the verb itself. So that's the extra bit about fi'lun. Yeah, it's not just a verb. It has the doer inside it. Okay, so when we look at the word, like I said, first we need to recognize what type of word it is. What's the grammatical function? How do we know the grammatical function? We have to look at the state. And how do we know its state? We have to see how the endings is expressed. Okay, so that's something we all know. So here, when we want to do an i'rab, we actually have to write out a few things. Yeah. First, the word itself. So what is the word? So in this case, for example, it's lafzul jalalah. Yeah, the word meaning Allah. Yeah. So in this case, it's mubtada. Yes, Allahu Rabb. Yeah. So we say it is marfu'un. Why? Because we see that there is a dhamma at the end. The sign or the alamah of its rafa'ness or raf alamatu raf'ihi, yes, its sign of rafa is the dhamma. Yeah. Then we go on to the next word, which is rabbun, the khabar, and this is marfu'un, and its sign is also dhamma. We will see that sometimes this is interchangeable. Yeah, we will see this when we do the first hadith from the 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi. Okay, so but because this is what we call ma'rifah as opposed to nakirah. Yeah, remember, definite, indefinite, then this would be your mubtada. Mostly mubtada is something that is known, something that's definite, not indefinite. Your haba will be definite. But of course, there's exceptions to these rules, and we will see this as we go along, inshallah. Then there's another thing that we need to remind ourselves. Amil and ma'amul. Yeah, remember these terms? Amil and ma'amul. So is this word an amil or is it a ma'mul? When it is a ma'mul, it will have an i'rab. Yes, it will have an i'rab. If it is غير ma'mul, then it will not have an i'rab. So we see what this means. Yeah. So amil, the word which causes another to be in a particular state. Ma'mul is the word that has been caused to be in that particular state. And this state is what we say i'rab. Yeah, i'rab. Now, to know all this, to know whether it is a verb, it's a particle, or it is an isim, we need to study what we call sarf. Remember sarf? It's a morphology. So with sarf, we will know whether it's a particle, whether it's a verb, or whether it is isim. Yeah. And then we will recognize whether it is singular, dual, or plural. This all comes from sarf. Knowing the word itself. We study the word itself. The i'rab is the whole sentence. What the words make up. Yeah, the words are part of a sentence. So that's i'rab. Sarf is the word itself. I think we are all familiar with that. So now, if a word is not ma'mul, it will have no i'rab. This is a classic case of an amil that is not a ma'mul. Fi. This is a particle. So it's la mahalla laha min al-i'rab. It has no place in Arab. But it does make masjid, originally masjidu, yeah, ma'mul, because it acts upon it and it has made the default to become majrur. Yeah, the default was marfu with the dhamma al masjidu, but because of fi, it has become al masjidi. So this is now ma'mul. Yeah, but the sentence stops there. Fil masjidi. So this is ghair amil. The masjidi doesn't make any other word change its status or its Irab. We can have, of course, the other case. Yeah. Here we have the amil, we have a ma'mul, but this ma'mul is not ghair ma'mul. Yeah, it is an amil in itself. So it is both a ma'mul and amil. Why is it an amil? It is a verb. Now, mostly verbs will change the i'rab of something. Yeah, because it makes maybe a word either um, the doer, or it makes the word a maf'ul. Yeah. So a doer, it will make it a rafa if it is a detail or being acted on. Yeah, it'll be mansub. Yeah, like in this case. So we can have a word that is both ma'mul and amil, but most of the time when it is half or particle, it's only an amil. An amil. Yeah, it's ghair ma'mul. Nothing makes half change its status. Okay. All right. So that's basically the gist of i'rab. Yeah. So again, amir, the word that causes another word to be in a particular state. Ma'mul is the word that has been caused to be in a particular state. And i'rabun is the expression of that state. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now let's begin our 40 hadiths of Iman Nawawi. Now, this particular way, how do I say? I'm basing our Irab and Saf on a book that was written by a sheikh. He's Dr. Husni. Yeah, his name is Dr. Husni. I will share this book later. Yeah, he's Dr. Husni Abdul Jalil. Yusuf. Dr. Husni Abdul Jalil Yusuf. I will say to them only when we have finished our Sarf and Irab, yeah? Because I want you to think about the Sarf and Irab, so I don't want you to have a look at the textbook beforehand. We see how it goes, yeah? If we see how it goes. If we feel that there is a need, then we will do so. Otherwise, we'll just carry on as is. Okay? So now this is going to be on a drive. I will share this particular document so you can have a look at it and revise if you like. If you're not sure what we have discussed, then we will have a look at it. Yeah. So this is in the drive. I'll share the link for you. So we have 40 hadiths, actually more than that. But the title of the book is Al-Arba'una Hadisan. Yeah, Al-Arbuna Hadisan. Now we're going to do the i'rab of this as well as this, and we will see how far we can go with this part, because there are many things even in the title, okay, and the title of the chapter. Yeah, that's the beauty of i'rab and sarf in the Arabic language. Yeah. So let me see now. Al-Arba'una Hadisan. So, what do you think is Al-Arba'un? Here, I think most of you know that the 40 hadiths that the Imam Nawawi has taken, yeah, um, are all sahih, yeah, and it's been compiled by our two famous hadith scholars whom we refer to as Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Muslim being a student of Al-Bukhari. Yeah, and these are their full names so that you know, you don't just know them by Al-Bukhari, you should know them by name as well. Yes? So, Al-Arba'una Hadisan. Now, may I ask now, who is able to speak today? Mm, Sister Shiraz, can you hear us? Or
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Waalaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. You can
Alhamdulillah.
hear us. Okay. So what
Ji,
do you
now.
think? It has two grammatical forms, okay? Both
Ji.
words agreed, both are isims. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you say both are isims? What are the signs?
One is with al,
Mm-hmm.
with the sign of al.
Yes.
And the second is it carries a tanween,
Yes.
hadisan.
Excellent.
So those are the two signs.
These are definitely isims. So if we were a sentence, okay, if this was the title of a sentence, it would be what type of jumla? If the title is
Jumla ismiya.
yeah, it is a jumla ismiya. So meaning it can have either a mubtada, khabar, or both. Yeah.
Ji.
So which is which? Do you think? Is there a
Al-arba'una is mubtada.
okay? You take that one.
And,
And hadisan.
hadisan, this has to be khabar, but it is in nasab form.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be something which
It's
is hidden
something. So
for
it's
the
not.
khabar.
Yes, that's right. So the habar is hidden. So that is a
Hidden.
good way of looking at it. Okay. So we said arba'una al-abaru'a is an isim. Okay. I'm going to write this down. Or I'm going to copy paste it at least. It should be later. Okay, so you said this is habar. Okay, what's the status of
Mubtada.
this habar?
I said this as mubtada. Al-arba'una
Oh, sorry.
as
This
mubtada.
is mubtada. My
Ji.
mistake. Mubtada. Okay. And it is
It is marfu by subutun nun.
marfu'un. Okay. Um, this is an isim. So
Ism.
what's the
So
sign? It's not the subutun nun. If it
arba'un.
was a verb,
Oh, wow,
yes.
wow, wawul jama.
Yes,
So
that's right. So we say that it's wa alamatu
amatu
raf'ihi
rafihi
mhm, al-waw. Yeah, so the waw
al-waw.
is waw jama'ah. But
Wawul
in
jama.
this case, sorry. In this case, this is actually a number. Yeah. So when
Ji.
we talk about numbers, we won't say it's waw jama'ah because it's not a person. Yeah. So there is a term that we use, li'annahu. You know, li'annahu means because, right? The
Because of
term
ji.
because.
Ji.
Okay. So li'annahu, let me put that. Mhm. We say mul. Now, what does this mean? What does this
So
term
it
mean?
is hanging, right? Mulhaq. No.
Yeah,
Right.
mulhaq. So it resembles, yeah, bijam. This it resembles a masculine plural. Yeah. So that's what we will say here. Bijam.
Mhm.
Yeah, it resembles uh, the sound masculine plural. But it is not because it's a number. It's not a no human. Yeah.
Jama muzakkar. Yeah.
A salim. Yeah. Uh, my typing is slow after such a long break. So yeah. So mata marfu'un wa alamatu rafi'i al-waw li'annahu mulhaqun bi jam'ul muzakkar salim. Yeah, bi jam'i muzakkar salim. Yeah, so it was what in English terms we would say it's like a quasi plural. Yeah, it's a quasi. It's similar to a plural, and so when it is nasab, it will be ina. Yeah, but that's the only form you'll
Ji.
find. You won't have a singular form of arbauna. Yeah, 40 is always plural. Yeah. So this is mubtada. So what is hadisan then? If this is mubtada, and any idea when we have a number, what comes after a numbers, Sister Shiraz? Normally, what comes after a number? You know this,
I do.
Sister Shiraz. What comes after a number? Normally.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, sorry.
Muzakkar Salim.
Oh no.
What was the question, sister?
The question is, what normally follows a number? So
Uh,
then you know what is
number
the.
tamiz.
Yes, it's a
Tamiz.
tamiz. So
Yeah.
hadisan is actually a tamiz.
Tamiz.
Okay, sorry. Oh dear, now why? Let me try. Yeah, so hadisan is actually a tamiz. And tamiz is, of course, what is the
Nasab.
status?
In form. Ism nasab. Nasab.
Yeah, yes. And the sign is
With fatha.
fatha. Yeah. So this is tamiz. Sorry, it keeps on running on this one. Malfuz, this is just something that is measured. Yeah, arbauna. Yeah, so it's a tamiz to a lil malfuz, which is something that is measured like a number. It can also be weight. It can also be volume. Yeah, so that's another way of putting it. Not sure why it says it's a wrong spelling, or because it doesn't recognize the lam. Yeah, but it is for a malfuz, so this is the correct term. So this is alamatun nasbihi al-fatah zahira. Any questions here before we move on to the second form? This is where it is mubtada. Okay, there's a second alternative to this. Oh, no question. Sister Momina, so if this is one option, well, arba'una is the mubtada. What is the second option, Sister Momina? What can arba'un be apart from
Arba'un.
mubtada and
You
still
mean
be
it's
marfu? Sorry?
besides a mubtada, is it now a khabar?
Yes, it is a habar. Yeah. So the second
So you're asking
option
me
is
besides a khabar?
it
Are you
is a,
asking me besides a khabar?
yes. So now as the habar, this is the first choice. This is the first option.
Yes.
Yeah, because it
Yes.
has two grammatical forms. So the first choice is when it is a habar. Yeah. So if sorry, when it is a mubtada. So now the
Mubtada.
second choice is when it is a habar. Let me put this as a note.
Arba'una is the khabar. Are you saying arba'una is the khabar?
Yeah. So now I'm saying arba'una can also be habar. Yeah, it can also be habar. This is the second choice. And everything else will be the same. Yeah, it's just that it can be a habar. So let me put that down. But this is how we would say it. Yeah, one is the first option, or wajah. How do you see? Wajah is like how it looks. Yeah. So this is wajah sani, the second one, when it is a habar. Yeah. All this is the rest is the same. And this one is our first wajah. Wajah. How do I write this? Good grief.
So,
We will
are you
put.
telling me mubtada will be hidden or what? I don't really know.
Hold on. Al awal. This is how do we spell awal?
Are you just in Arabic?
In Arabic, how do we spell al awal?
So, Hamza and a wow with the shadda and a lam.
Okay, yes, that's right. Yeah. So just testing. It's actually there, but we have. So this is the first way of looking at it. Yeah, I put that
Yes,
in red. This is the second way of looking at it, right? So
yes,
this is when it's a mubtada. This is when it's a
yes,
habar. The hadisan stays tamiz, yeah? Whether it's habar or because
yes,
it's explaining or clarifying al-ba'un. It's saying 40 what? You know, it's 40 hadis,
yes.
not 40 pencils or 40 flowers, but 40 hadith. Yeah, so that's what
And
it's saying.
oh,
So now we have two options of doing this. So how will we translate this now? What is the difference in translation, Sister Momina? How would I translate
uh,
this now? Depending
can
on
we
whether,
say it? They are 40 hadith. Can we say that?
say that again. The first
That
translation
it or
is,
they are 40 hadith.
okay.
And then the they will be the
Oh,
mubtada and the
I,
al-bauna will
I,
be.
I missed out something very important. Both is a jumla ismiyah, right? Is a jumla ismiyah.
Yes.
So let me give you, let's say, an estimated, okay, something that we say, if this is mubtada, so what would have been the habar, okay? So we have a term called takdiruhu, remember? Takdiruhu, yeah? So let's say the takdiruhu here is, for the sake of argument, is maudu. Maudu, what does this mean? Anyone know? Anybody know that?
So is uh, the that is the like we say the heading of the book or what is being mentioned in the book mauzu
Okay.
or the
Okay.
summary like it is in that way.
Yeah, we can see something. Let's say it's like the subject of the book. Okay, as you
Subject of
say,
the
the
book. Yeah.
topic or the title.
Ji.
Okay, so just for the sake of simple English, if let's say maudu means uh, the subject. Okay, the subject of the book. Sorry, remember, right? The subject of the book. Whenever we have an idafa like this, yeah, remember your mudaf will take whether it's definite or indefinite will depend on the mudaf ilay. So in this case, the mudaf ilay is al. So when we translate, it will be the subject of the book. Okay, but this is, remember, habar. So when we translate arbauna as mubtada, how would the sentence be?
Arbauna mawdu'ul kitabi.
Yes. So in translation,
For 40 are
remember this
the
is al
subject of
arbun
the
hadisan. Yes. So
the 40 hadiths of
the
this
40 hadith. Yes. The
book subject or the subject of the book
oh my
are
goodness.
the subject of the book.
What happened to my okay? The 40. Remember, this is just like 40 flowers, 40 hadiths, right? So the 40,
40 hadiths is the subject of the book.
yeah, the 40
Mubtada is
hadiths,
khabar, right?
yes, is the
Of the
subject of.
subject of the book.
Okay, good. So this is how it will be for the first wajah. Well, for the wajah. Okay, Sister Momina, second option, how else can I say this? When it is the habar, Sister Momina, how would I say this? Instead of the 40 hadiths is the subject of the book, now how I would write it?
Okay, now we're going to say the subject of the book is of 40 hadith.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. So you see, so this is the thing that goes on with the Arabic language. Yeah, depends on how you want to look at. And there's always this option, and we will see this option done again and again and again as we go through. Yeah, whatever we're doing, whether it's the Surah Yasin, Surah Al-Baqarah, we always have this option. You know, whenever we have a Jumla Ismiyah like this. And when it's understood that this is the subject of the book. Yeah, the 40 is the subject of the book. So you can put it as the 40 is the subject of the book, or the subject of the book is the 40 hadith. Yeah, so when things are understood, we have this flexibility in the language. Yeah, of the book. Is the 40 hadith. Yes. There are other, of course, options in terms of takdir. Yeah, sorry, muqaddarah. The takdiruhu can be other things as well. There's also, they say, another way of saying this instead of maudu. It is, I'm taking this from the book. Yeah. So that was written by Dr. Husni. So the other one instead of maudu is this one. Now, he gave this as another option. When you go through others, right, other texts, they can have other options as well. Yeah, but this is what he gave. So I'm just putting this for the record so that when we do share the PDF with you, you know what he's saying. So al-mukhtar is mukhtar. Anyone know the meaning? Sister Sakina, do you know what mukhtar means? Mukhtar.
Yes,
Yes. What's the meaning?
uh, of al of which one? Lil
Al-Mukhtar. Al-Mukhtar. What's the translation for this?
al Mukhtar min al Hadis
Mhm. This one is
from the
okay. Just this word. Al-Mukhtar.
al Mukhtar lessons.
Now,
I don't know.
Khatara. This is the chosen. Yeah?
Okay.
Mukhtar is the chosen one. Yeah? That's where it comes from. Okay. So but a good translation instead of the chosen one, yeah, what we would do in English, we would say something like the 40 hadiths.
Hadis. Selected or something.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the 40 hadiths or 40 selected hadiths. Yeah, the 40 selected hadiths, because this is a description, right? The 40 selected hadiths from al ahadith, of course, from the collection
From
of hadiths. Yeah, a
collection of
good way would be what we would normally say in English, from the traditions. Yeah, all the hadiths together, we call it the traditions or riwayah.
hadith.
Yeah, al ahadith. So this is something how we would translate it. And then when it is the other way around, we would have said something like, uh, well, it's still jumlah ismiyah, right? So how would we say it when it is the other way around? Here it is when it is mubtada. When it is habar, how would we say it? We would just say the other way around. Hmm? Any idea?
40 hadiths.
Oh, no, the other way around. Not the body hadith. What comes first?
The subject of
Hadith.
the book is 40 hadiths, right? Which the above sentence, right?
No, no, for this one. This one we've already said
The
the
40
subject of the
selected.
book is for the hadith. This is when it is the subject of the book. Yeah, when we say this is the takdiruhu, subject of the book. Now we're saying the takdiruhu is the selected hadith from the traditions. Okay, so how we put it when it is, this is when it is, oh, I got
Selected
this. This should
hadiths
be
from the
down here.
traditions are 40.
This should be the other way around, sayang. This is actually the mubtada, right? Selected hadith from tradition is one. So actually, this one should be down here. Okay, so the top one should be when this is the habar. Sorry, when this is the mubtada. Selected hadith is.
What?
So how would I say this? This is quite misleading actually. So here we're saying the 40 selected hadiths are the subject of the book is, this one is understood, right? The subject is the 40 hadiths. So now when we use it, selected hadiths from the traditions, how would we put it when it is the habar? Have I got this the right way around, ladies? Subject of the book is no, it's habar. It's habar. Okay, 40 hadith is the mubtada. So now the 40 hadith is selected from the traditions. Yeah. So this should be the 40 hadith.
Selected from the tradition.
Yeah, it's selected from the
From the
tradition. Yeah, because selected from the traditions is your takdiruhuna.
Muqaddara.
Yeah. So now here, when it's flipped, how do I flip it?
Okay, selected hadith from the traditions are 40
Yeah, the 40 hadiths.
of the 40.
It's not literal, yeah, because this would be like
Yeah.
we understood lah, yeah. This is because we only have al-mukhtar, right? We don't say al-mukhtar al-hadith, yeah, we say but it's understood. We're talking about the selection is from the traditions. Yeah, the selected from the traditions are the 40 hadiths. Okay. Sorry, I sometimes get confused. And then I make you all confused as well. But now is it clear? Yeah? This is when the takdiruhu is the khabar. Yeah, because the 40 hadith is your mubtada. The next choice is when the 40 hadith is actually your khabar. Yeah, so this should be in black. Yeah, this is your mubtada now. The stakdara is your mubtada now, and the 40 hadith is your khabar. Okay, so you can have a look at that again, just in case you're completely confused by now. Okay, yeah. So any questions here?
Maybe
Sister,
we can say from the traditions are 40 selected hadiths
for the second sentence,
for the second sentence.
because it is al-mukhtar min al-ahadith as your khabar, yeah. So kinda that we have to say it like this: the selected from the traditions are the 40 hadiths.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is just explaining what can
Yes.
happen. Yeah, what can happen and how we can understand the title. That's how it goes. Sure. Okay, Sister Habib, are you okay with this? Following?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So now the next one.
Sister,
Yes.
I have one confusion,
Yes,
maybe
Sister
lack of
Aka.
knowledge. The tamiz, you
Yes,
said al arbauna is mubtada, hadithan is tamiz, right?
Yes, yes.
And tamiz is like la mahalla, something like la mahalla laha min al a'rab, or I am mixing?
No, it's not la manarira, it is mansub. It
Yeah,
has an irab.
nasban, yeah. منصوب وعلامات نصب Al-Fatha
nasbihi.
al-Zahira.
Yes, that's right. So it has Irab. Yeah, it is mansubun. Irab, it has status. So tamyiz
But
will be mansub. Yeah, will be mansub. This is the normal status for tamyiz.
instead of khabar, we said hadithan tamiz. So
Yes.
tamiz will justify.
It explains. Tamyiz, it means to clarify. The clarifier. In English, this is the clarifier, tamyiz. You see, we have 40, but 40 what? We don't know. 40 what? So this is why you have a tamyiz. To clarify what 40 are we talking about? We're talking about 40 flowers, 40 animals, yeah, but no, we're talking about hadisan. This is why we say it's like a maf'ul, it explains, yeah, but this is specific because this tamyiz explains a number. Lil mahfuz, yeah, it explains number. Yes, tamyiz is always common and always mansub. Hadisan. Yeah. Yeah.
So, would it be possible we can say al-arba'una
Mm-hmm.
mawsuf and hadithan sifa if I'm not mixing them?
If it is mausuf and sifa, then then it will be al hadisa because remember mausuf sifa.
All four
Yeah,
qualities
yes,
should
all
match.
4 qualities. This is not. Yeah, this is not. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Okay. Amin wa iyyakum. Alhamdulillah. And now we go to the next one, which is here. Al-hadisu al-awalu. Here. What do you think is al-hadis? Sister Nada, what is al-hadis?
Yes. I think it's مبتدأ. الحديث الأول أول الصفة. Yes, it's مبتدأ, I think.
Okay. Now, because I know, because you say it's mubtada because this is rafa. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. So logically, that it should be. Now, what other things can be rafa? We know mubtada is rafa, khabar is rafa. Yes. Isim kana.
مبتدأ is omitted. So this is the haber maybe.
No, the habar is here. We've already said it is subject of the book.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's not habar actually. Yeah, al hadisu. But I'm trying to ask you, what else can be rafa? What are the other things that can be rafa? Mubtada habar. Isim kana, is that rafa?
Yes, it's raf. Kana is raf.
Anybody disagree with that? And then habar kana is
It's mansub.
Mantu,
And
okay.
ism ina is mansub and khabarun kana is khabarun
Isim,
ina
habar ina is marfu.
marfun. Yeah.
But there is no kana anywhere, right? And we cannot have an amil that is mahzuf, really, actually, in this case. Yeah. So it cannot be that either. So what else can be rafa?
In the beginning of the sentence, only
Badal.
mubtada. It's raf.
There
Yes,
is
Badal of the thing can be.
there is something. Remember, remember, we just said just now for mausuf and sifa, it will follow in all 4 when it comes to isims, right? But not only mausuf and sifa will follow in terms of status. What else follows in terms of status?
badal.
Excellent. Badal.
Yeah, but the sister told it before me. So
Oh, I see.
I think yeah,
Which
it makes
sister?
sense. She was
Okay,
right because
alhamdulillah.
bedel is 2. Of course, this is a bedel. Now it makes sense now.
Yeah, so it is badal. Yeah, badal. So this badal is following which word?
We will find out.
You will find out. It is, of course, following al-arba'una. Is the
Yes,
same?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Al-arba'una.
okay. So this is how we would write it. We will call it badal, badalun, minal. Yeah, this is how we would say it. It is al-arba'un.
Al-arba'una.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
alhamdulillah. And of course, it's the same thing. We will just copy across um, the same Iraq. Yeah. Why is it? It is wow and so on. But this is not mulhaq bijama. What is the sign of the rafa?
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm. It's not rafa. It's not wow.
In Hadith, dame, subhanallah.
Dama. Yeah, arfumon. See, so this would be alamatu. Rafi'i is still rafa, but the sign is now different. Yeah, it is actually a dhamma, and the dhamma you can see it. Yeah, so we say it is
Zahira. Yeah,
zahira,
Zahira.
zahira, zahira. Alhamdulillah, zahira. Okay. Now, if we get cut off, please join back in again. Yeah, just click on the same link and watch where it appears, because sometimes it appears in more than one place. So you might be looking at your Teams opening in another window, but actually it's active in another window down here or somewhere. Yeah, so you have a look at that when you join back again. Yeah, so hadisu is
Okay.
badal min arba'una. Yeah, so but al-aw, this one is what?
Al-awwal.
Yes,
This is
al-awwal.
sifa. It's clear sifa.
Okay,
Nothing
yes,
difficult
good.
here.
So this is sifah. Okay.
مرفوع وعلامته
Yeah.
رافعة ضمة ظاهرة.
So
Same.
it's the sifa of hadis. It's the
Yes.
sifa. Yes. Okay. Okay. This is also two options actually. Yeah. You were right about the mubtada. Yeah. So, but I wanted you to focus on this one first, the badal. So, if it were a mubtada, then what happens to the rest? And let me put number 1 here.
The rest becomes a khabar then.
Subhanallah. Let me put the dot here. How do I get a dot there? Okay. Bismillah. Yeah. So if it's the second choice, if it's a mutaba, is the rest, right? As you said. Now, how do I write that? And its habar is mahzuf. And what is it, do you think, Sister Nada? Its habar is mahzuf. What is it? Takdiruhu.
تقديره.
Oops.
Yeah.
How do I get it to be? I just put a colon there. Okay, what's the takdiruhu? Anybody else can help Sister Nada? What do you think? If that's mubtada, let's look at it again. It's actually at the top here. Yeah, we
And
said.
from the 40 hadith.
Ah, good.
From the 40 hadith.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, but now it's no longer. What did we say here?
Badal.
We need to have
Badal.
40 hadiths, right? So here it was just. How would I write that in Arabic? From the 40 hadiths. Min?
Min.
What's the next word?
أربعين أربعين
40
hadith.
hadiths. Remember, in Arabic, it's the other way around. The sifah will come after the mausuf. So if 40 hadiths, what comes first?
Hadith.
Al.
So ahadith it has to be na jama, no?
Yes.
Al
Al
ahadith.
hadith. Al hadith. So this one comes first, yeah? Al
Jama. Ahadith.
That's one
In
something we
ahadith.
keep on having to remind ourselves that the sifah comes after the mausuf. In English, it's a red house.
Ahadith.
In Arabic, it's house red. Okay, so minal ahadis 40. 40 will be, how do we say 40 in Arabic? When it is majrur. How do we say that when it is majrur?
Sister, your voice. I don't know if you are speaking on.
Oh, okay. Can
Not
you hear me
able to
now?
listen.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No, no one is speaking. We are waiting.
Hello, I'm
Okay.
here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Subhanallah. So, minal ahadis, not sun, yeah, because this should be hadisi.
Ja.
So, how do we say 14? That's majrur.
Arba'ina.
Yes, al-arba'ina, yeah. I'm going through the basics here because just to remind ourselves, yeah, because sometimes we forget. Yeah, so minal al-ahadisil arba'ina. Yeah, so this is your khabar that is mahzuf. Okay,
So will
alhamdulillah.
this al come after min, sister? If it is muzaf ilay, then al shouldn't come
This is not
after min.
mudaf ilay. This is mausuf sifa from 40 hadith. Right? So
You
it,
aren't audible again. I don't know.
okay, I'm not audible again. How about now? How about now? Oh dear.
The problem from my side. I don't
Can
know.
you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, subhanallah. Can you hear me now? Oh dear, what's wrong? Can you hear me now? Hello, hello. Assalamualaikum. Alay batas. Ha ha. How about now? Can you hear me? Sister Nada? Sister Momina? 1, 2, 3. Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Till now, good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, good. All right. You see my screen, right? Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
we see the screen.
So we'll probably finish here. If not, we'll go nuts. What's going on? But what we will do is next week, we're talking about badal here, yeah? As we go along, we're going to come across something called ataf bayan. Yeah, you know that? You've heard of ataf bayan before, yes. Okay, so we will then learn the difference between badal as well as ataf bayan. Most people say it's interchangeable, but it is not. Yeah, there's actually a distinct difference between badal kul min kul and ataf
Mhm.
bayan. The issue here is ataf bayan is usually badal kul min kul, but badal is not necessarily ataf bayan. Yeah, so this is something that I need to explain to you, and it's important to understand. So we'll stop here, inshallah. Sorry about the technical issue, but I think it's my headset. It's probably intermittent. Yeah, subhanallah. I will share this in the group so that you can see how we did our Irab today, and I'll probably have to edit our recording because we had quite a bit of difficulties there. Yeah. Okay then.
Only the last thing I had a doubt if that was my confusion or what. Min
Yes.
ahadith, I thought that al shouldn't come there
Um.
because it will be Mawsuf Sifa then. Then if it has to be Muzaf ilay, then
This is Musawsifa. Yeah.
ahadithil arba'in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Mawsuf Sifa?
Yes. This is Mausuf and Sifa because we're
Oh,
talking
from
about
40 hadith.
the 40 hadiths
Acha, acha.
from
Ji.
the 40 the hadith is from the 40 hadith, so it's
Inshallah.
actually 40 hadith is a description there. Yeah.
Inshallah. Got it.
So
Jazakallah. Yeah.
okay, all right.
Clear.
Alhamdulillah.
Ji.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Sister Alkans, we've come to the end of the class. Inshallah, I will edit the recording. Yeah, inshallah. And hopefully the technical problem will clear itself up next time. And if you have any questions before we go off, you see the screen?
No, no, Jazakallah khair. The ID and passcode, it worked.
Okay,
And
alhamdulillah.
it will remain for every week, all the classes,
Yes, it'll
like
be the
the
same.
classes.
It will be the same. Yeah, I will not change, inshallah. Yeah.
And can I know
But why
the
isn't
timings of
it
our
asking
class,
the
the
password
exact
for us,
timings?
Ustaza?
Sorry?
Why
Not,
isn't it not asking the password for us? Like
uh,
it is
I do not
easy entry
know.
for us all.
Even until
Huh.
now, I don't know what's the difference. You know, sometimes, for example, for you, for Sister Nada, Sister Momina,
Ji.
you don't have that problem. But I see
Yeah.
like for example, in Sister Alkan's case, there is this problem. So I can only think of the fact that, as I said, you can join the meeting either through the apps or the apps. Sorry, through the browser. When you choose to join through the browser, it normally asks for the password. Yeah, this is what I
Okay,
noticed.
okay. I see.
So that's where, if possible, join through the apps rather than through the browser. Yeah. Okay.
Because
So
Sister
just
Alkan
asking one
was asking, right?
Sorry.
the duration of our class is 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour,
It's
because
supposed to
back to
be
back we
1
have
hour.
classes.
It is supposed to be 1 hour, and then it will break. It will start. Then we have to join back in again. Yeah. But
And
some
it is like 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
If
sometimes Teams allows us because I have the free version. I don't have the paid version. So the what they declare is for 1 hour. But sometimes I notice it goes longer. Yeah, it goes longer. But we cannot join the link until the meeting stops. If we try and join the link before the meeting stops, then it's like the old meeting. It's not a new meeting anymore. See? So we just have to wait until it breaks and then we join in the link again. That's how it goes.
so
Yeah.
again, the question is, from your end,
Uh-huh.
the meeting would be 1 hour and 15 minutes, right?
It is actually for 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. When you say my end, meaning how long I make the class, I usually prepare material for 1 hour. But because sometimes we have these technical issues, it goes into more than 1 hour. I try to keep it under 1 hour so that we don't have a break. But like I said, sometimes it takes longer than 1 hour, and that's when we have a break. Yeah. Right.
Jazakillah khair. Just asking why, because we have back to back other classes.
Oh, I
So if
see.
we have
Okay.
1 hour and 15 minutes
Mm-hmm.
for our this class, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks as if it's 1 hour and 15 minutes, but actually, ideally, it should only be 1 hour. Yeah, ideally, inshallah. I know you have back-to-back classes. That's why I'm trying to avoid it to go over 1 hour. But sometimes it does. It does overspill. Yeah. So I hope that you can see the recording for the remaining if you have another class that comes up immediately, inshallah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Jazakallah khairan, everyone.